Alright, so we got some ammunition. It's time to move on. Transition to the pit. Oh wow. Requires ID. Looks like we got some guards.
Imagine being locked up in a place like this. Just the weight of all that stone and steel.
There's a guard.
Sick.
God. We could cut through there. I think. Maybe just a loot room. Yeah, it's just a loot room. But you can cut through there and cut some distance if you wanna. Cool. And have some close encounters. I've equipped my shotgun. Because you never know. Alright. Good stuff. Let's check this terminal. Access storage manifest. Dimethyl sulfoxide canisters. What? Oh. Neat. I'm just like, is any of this relevant to us? It's like saying we need ID. Like, do we actually need ID? Or are we just fine trespassing? I think we're okay to be trespassing. Oh look, a corporate trooper. Hello, sir. Damn, that was effective. Oh, the medical drone. They got a medical drone. It's not ideal gun for this. That's working much better. There we go. When you got too many. Reach for the mind control gun. But yeah, this is really good for sure. When they don't have a medical drone healing them. It's like, what do I do? I should probably back off. Have a think about it. Right. Otherwise we'd have to have gone like over there or something. I'm not sure. We are just looking to finish this really, rather than explore everything. We are reaching the end of the game, so I'm not too bothered about getting all the little things I could have possibly gotten and so forth. I don't think there's any achievements for that.
Stellar base counting
Oh, hello! I was not expecting that. Who's who? Are these on our side? I guess they're on our side. Hello. Who's left? Okay, they got a red bar above their head, so... Who's left? Gotcha. It's weird. Some of the iconoclasts are fine and some seem to be attacking us. So we're getting help from our friends, but they're kind of getting in the way more than anything. It's like, thanks for the help, but you're kind of getting in the way. What's up here? What's this about? Oh. Interesting. Is it kind of like a way up? What's this for? It's like a secret area or something? Yeah, I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. Oh, is it so you can find a flamethrower? Okay. I'm digging that. That's fine. And we can get back down again. Cool. Need to get down there, apparently. Hey, somebody actually made it. Ooh. Hey, trooper. Yeah, I'm loving the shotgun. It's really effective on these guys. I wish I'd known at the start. I would have just used my shotty. Just shotgun them. Because they do like to get in my face, so might as well shotgun. Though I don't have a lot of bullets, unfortunately. I kind of want to use this gun because I have more bullets. Oh, nothing in. Bit of ammo. Who's that? Who's that? Don't know who that is. Anyway. Probably someone on our side. Anyone here? Yep. Nice flank there. Well, this effect they do, this kind of blue, purple, I don't know, purple, what do you want to call it, mist, is really distracting. It's like some sort of dot they put on you. It's like, I'm all for damage over time, but their armors kind of suck. But yeah, it's very distracting. It's like, I think it's the sound more than anything. Yay, model spaceship. Alright. I know why I'm checking for stuff. I'm breaking my leg. Let's go into the next bit. Exit. What's this? Concealed door. Cool. Ooh, filming area. Cool. Let me filming some information broadcast, it seems. Cameras. Trying to get straight with Candy's orders. She says the footage ain't enough. They want proper reels. What's going on? Bringing in the VIP for internment. Crew is ramping up. Who's this Jim? Appreciate it. You know her. We miss a chick on the list. It's our heads. I'm just like, what? Yeah, UDL. Whatever. So some sort of corporation. Restricted access. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. God. Look at all these rooms and... Man, I know it's a prison, you know, so there's lots of cells and stuff, but what a strange way to organize things. You want to go up, apparently? So we're basically trying to get to the top of this place, it seems. I'm not too bothered about collecting all the loot, I just want to get up. Lots of fighting.
MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Oh, we got MSI troopers helping us. That's neat. Hello. Hello, Grim. I'll try not to kill you, Grim. I'll try not to kill all the backup. Let's move in. Now they got medical drone. Got it. So, MSI can give us a hand. That's nice. It's like, trying to remember who these people were. You kind of remember, but like, oh wow, we reached it already. That was quick. It's super easy with these guys helping.
Really doing this, huh?
Oh,
Take a breath now, folks.
we've reached.
Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Can't believe we're almost there. Everything else took so long, but this didn't take long at all. We've only been doing this 11 minutes.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
How's it now? Doomed? Sanaya saving the colony, I'll have you know.
That crackpot's plan is ludicrous. We have steps, action items, budgets, and reports. All he's got is a guilty conscience and lofty dreams. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
Oh, charming. You want one to mince words, huh? Just the man I'm here to kill.
How dare you? Even thinking about killing the chairman of the Halcyon board is a felony. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the...
Oh, it's so on. How long until you're done?
Is that what you think you're doing? This path of wanton societal disruption? You call that being a safe... I call it sabotage. You know what saboteurs get, Captain? Summary executions. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made.
Oh, boss.
Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
I'll be there before you know it. Oh, yeah, they got a little robot there. I wonder if there's gonna be like something... Oh, it's sealed. Is there gonna be some way of deactivating it? Let's find out.
Nice hands, Cap.
What's this? Oh, my hacking score is too low. There must be a way of getting past him if you can hack him. That's funny. Okay then. Like how you supposed... He's got a shield. And he runs. That's scary. And I'm boxed in with him. Okay, let's get out there. Good grief. I don't like the combat drones. There's too many combat drones. I can't mind control them either. Wow. Oh, we almost got him. Nice, we got him. I guess I didn't need to waste my time with the other bots. Just needed to kill him. Wow, good job, guys. I kept the combat drones busy while they pummeled him down, it seems. Oh, that works. I was just like trying to figure out what to do. It seems he just needed to take down the boss, and he went down pretty quick. That's great. I imagine if the combat drones were on them, my companions probably would have went down. But yeah, it seems like he wasn't tough enough to take down my companions, so... I guess because he was mostly like barging them with a shield. Yeah, he mustn't have attacked them directly. I guess we're done here. We can go in straight inside. Man, that guy put a lot of faith in such a trash robot. I mean, being expensive and whatnot, it doesn't matter. He's not very good. Ooh, it's getting nice up here. Look at the decorum. Beautiful. Wow, so many pods. Yeah. I guess we're doing this. Let's give it a save. I didn't give it a save before the boss, but... oh god.
Everyone all right?
Right away. Oh, he's dead? Damn it, I didn't get to shoot. No, oh wow, that was the chairman.
Get me out of here!
Damn, my companion shot him. I was about to shoot him, but he died like so quickly. I guess he's like a regular dude. Damn, Chairman Rockwell, you did not take a shot. You were down in like a second. Let's let go of Phineas. The mad old coot. Let's hope he picked the right side.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind. And I can't begin to thank you enough.
Are you kidding? Board never stood a chance.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Yeah, great. And here I was just about to pop up with some drinks and celebrate.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Wait, I need to ask you something. What do we need to ask?
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
Damn. You mentioned a frigate disappearing?
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them. I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
Better late than never. Murder and a liar.
Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now.
Like what?
If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
Seems like we've gone through them all.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time.
All right.
We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
You can count on me.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Yes. All right, so we get to be in charge.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The Gorgon project created divisions among Well's newly awakened scientists. Many wanted to let the facility and its failures rot, but others saw an opportunity to improve the work of the original scientists, and perhaps the lives of Halcyon's masses. Minnie Ambrose made a compelling case for the benefits of an improved Adrenatime formula, one that could reinvigorate Halcyon's exhausted, malnourished workforce as they fought for survival in a new and uncertain world. She led the project, committed to reasonable schedules and honest reporting. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and
Of course it did.
care. The
Nice.
Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably. Although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity.
Oh no.
The Prophet was not among the bodies.
Ugh.
Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
And there's the credits. Okay. Wow, that was a long ending. That was a good ending. That was a very good ending. That's how you end the game, Bethesda. Let's hope they've learned something. But yeah, exactly what I expected from a game from this developer. Very, very good. Considering the resources they had, as usual, they didn't have the resources that they needed to make a huge game. But what they did have, they did an amazing job as usual. Like, I'm a big fan of New Vegas, you know, Fallout New Vegas, so I had every faith that they were going to produce another banger of a game. And yeah, they did so. And yeah, what else to say? It's definitely looking like the next game in this series, because I think they're going to make another one, is going to be finding out what happened with Earth, and that's going to be a really interesting adventure. I can't see what else they would do, really. I mean, they may do something else with the colony, I'm not sure, but I think there would be some sort of adventure where you find out what happened to Earth in this universe. So maybe they'll do something new, who knows, but it's certainly impressive that they managed to build a whole new space world to do games in, which is not that common nowadays. Everyone's just doing sequels, so very refreshing to get a new IP and done well, and not full of bugs and not kind of lackluster. This was actually pretty well thought out, had a good story, and they did so well with very little, really, in the scheme of things. And I hear they're getting more for the next one, so it's going to be an absolute amazing game that they do next. So I'm very much looking forward to the next game, either in this universe or whatever this developer makes. It's going to be really good. You know, Obsidian just knocks it out of the park. They really do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching this very long playthrough. Sorry it took so long, but you know, I'm just doing this on the side, so but yeah, very plucky, very what's the word, very genuine game. You don't get that many genuine games, you know, that actually have some heart to it, so that's definitely this game. We need more of this, basically. We need more developers kind of going back to the roots of game design and game development, which was to tell interesting and you know, hearty stories with a lot of, you know, bit of feels, bit of action, bit of adventure, you know, just that's what games are supposed to be. So sounds corny to say that, but yeah, this is what a game is supposed to be. So it's very nice to see that back once again, even if it, you know, there was bits of it that were, you know, how to put it, like, yeah, there were just bits where you could tell that they didn't have the budget they wanted, and that's okay. They still managed to pull off a really good story. And yeah, it was just, you know, if you do all the side quests like I do, it's quite a long game. I was actually surprised at how long a game it was for the price as well. So very good value for money. You know, I think I pretty much played almost every single side mission except for that uniform one, but you know, you can blame me for not doing that one. But yeah, I did everything else, so I did a lot of quests. I wonder if anyone else did all the quests. I'd quite like to know. I don't think anyone else has done all the quests. Certainly looking at the completion of certain things, certain achievements, it's kind of surprising how many people have not completed this game, and they really should, because it's a great ending. It's a very much a kind of Fallout-esque ending, with all the scenes of what effects you have. The effects that you have on things aren't that great. They're not major, is what I mean. They're kind of major, but they're like, you know, it's more your companions and what they did, which is fine, you know, because you put together that team, so I guess you're responsible, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know why there was an empty chair. I guess they didn't have time to render in your character, and I would have liked to have seen that. It would be really cool to see your character, but they have a generic back shot of not your character, and then they have an empty chair. So you can see where the budget just wasn't there, and they didn't get a chance to finish it. But the next one, I'm sure, is going to be a banger. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of things, because they love to add really cool stuff, and if they're given the budget to do it, you know, they're gonna knock it out of the park for the next game. If I was to give this game a rating, I would give it a solid 8.5, I would give it a 9 out of 10 if it had all the polish and all the extra bits that they wanted to do but weren't able to because of the budget. But it's definitely a must-buy, that's for sure. Must-buy game. I mean, it was like $40 when it came out, I think. It's definitely a must-buy game. Especially if you like the Fallout series, especially if you like stuff that Obsidian's done before. You really enjoy this game, and most of you, I'm sure, have already played this game. Yeah, who could blame you? Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on, and thank you so much for watching this very long playthrough. Maybe just watching the last episode. Don't blame you if you didn't watch all those parts. There are many parts to this, and it took a long time. Hopefully I won't take so long again with the game. I think I'm going to do them much faster in future. But yeah, it was definitely something I savored, because I wanted to savor the game and play it only when I felt really like playing it. So I'm able to do that a bit more often nowadays, but you know, back then I couldn't. But yeah, it's definitely a game you want to savor and enjoy, and this is definitely one of those games. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I'm going to do some more of these playthroughs. Mostly going to be checking out games, mostly going to be streaming, but I am always going to keep at least 2 types of games going. Usually sci-fi, usually some sort of RPG. It's just the games I like to play, so if I can find something really good to play, I'm gonna keep doing that, guys. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. It's awesome to have you watching, and yeah, till next time, guys.